Broadcasting to you from the heart of northern Minnesota. This is the fucking music-oriented podcast and web series on all of YouTube, dedicated to bringing you the best in music variety. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Roger Radio Show. I am Roger Radio.
And I'm Aegis Levity with the entire band group.
We got a fucking good album to review today, man, for another legit album review. Part 2 of the Indigo Child has been released, dude, and it's a fucking good time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we even came up with a question of the podcast, did we?
No, we didn't.
Fuck it, then. Just fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we're running out of questions on the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, so you might have to bear with us if we don't do a whole lot of them. You know, so. But, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another legit album review. And the album that we're going to review is Aegis?
Sunya by the Deer Hunter.
The fucking sequel to Antimai, dude. The sequel, man, and oh my god, that album, dude. Oh, such a great album, man. Such a great album.
The second it dropped on Amazon Prime Music, I listened to the whole thing, and I was impressed. I loved it.
No, dude, I was at work, man, and as soon as I saw midnight hit, it was immediately on YouTube Music. I immediately fucking put that on, dude, and oh my god. We got a whole lot to say about it, ladies and gentlemen, but obviously, first, the information that we need to tell you about. So, I'm sure you all remember, but there was a while back, a month ago, that we did do an album review on the Deer Hunter's first installment of the Indigo Child series, which was Antimai. And Aegis, I remember you saying something at the end of that episode that you saw on the Deer Hunter's Instagram account that there was a countdown of sorts. Could you please remind everyone about it?
Yeah, so on their Instagram, they started this just mysterious countdown on this, that is like a game thing or something like that you went on and did. It had like some very cryptic clues, which eventually turned into a countdown that ended on March 20th, which is when this was released.
Yeah. And it was so funny because when we were reviewing Antimai, that was actually when the countdown started. Like, it just came out of nowhere. Like, oh, fucking coincidence, dude. That was such an eerie coincidence. Just like with Antimai, Sunya does not have a Wikipedia page of its own, but I did find the info that's on the Deer Hunter's main Wikipedia page. Prior to the release of Sunya, the band teased the concept art of Antimai's rings every few days on Instagram, which was like all the 8 rings that represent the different levels of society. And it led to an alternate reality game that was released on January 31st of this year, among with the many puzzles and teasers, which was 20-day countdown, like what you said. And then all of a sudden, on February 20th, 2026, which was a month ago, the countdown ended, and all of a sudden we heard their first single, which was The Glass Desert Part 1 Giants. Single. And then, the rest is history. Okay, so just like with Antimai, Sunya is a concept album, and Aegis, how about you explain to everyone what the concept is about?
So it takes place in the Indigo Child universe. The Indigo Child is like the messiah of their religion in this series. And Antimai was about the city of Antimai, which is separated into rings. And then Sunya is about a character called the Scientist, who hijacks like a ship and goes out to find Sunya, to find the Indigo Child, to bring the Indigo Child back and help save them.
Now, the question is, does he really find the Indigo Child? Well, stay tuned and you'll see. Because we got about 7 different tracks that we're going to be going through. But yeah, it's kind of self-explanatory for the story, but I honestly, Antimai, I feel is like a concept album, but with how Sunya is for like the exact layout of how it was, I think Sunya should have been a rock opera more,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, this guy, he gets on his Fallout New Vegas style ship and just goes flying. Funny thing is, at the beginning, I thought for a moment I thought the story would be like the scientist is part of like this expedition team that's going outside the city of Antimai to find resources. You know, that was what I thought at first when we get to track one, which we will get to in a minute. But that's my honest interpretation of it, is that I thought it was going to be they go on a exploration to do scientific discoveries, find what they need. All of a sudden, hell broke loose, and then he goes on this epic journey of proportions. You know, even the artwork. I will say, I looked at the links to Genius for like all the songs, and there was some really nice artwork. Like you would think that Casey Crescenzo, he had to have been fucking influenced by Fallout for the overall theme of like how it all looked for the artwork and like what you've seen and all that shit. Alrighty, so I think that's pretty much all the info that we really have, right?
Yeah,
All right, shall we get into the lyrics?
definitely.
All right. We're going to start off with what is probably my most favorite song on this album, The Wasteland.
All right.
I don't I don't know what it is, dude, but my god, dude. The around when they did the chorus, I think is probably my favorite part, you know. Welcome to the Wasteland. And even the Deer Hunter, they have like a t-shirt that I want to buy, but I don't know if they have it in different colors. And right where your right boob would be, it says "Welcome to the Wasteland," and it has the backside. The artwork is really nice, dude. It has the ship that the scientist is in, and it almost looks like it's in the style of like Star Wars artwork. You know, like on freaking signs or posters or whatever the hell it is.
Well,
And
here's something funny.
yeah.
So they released a bunch of merch for Sunya, and included in the merch is a weed grinder and a rolling tray.
I took a look at their store, dude. I looked at the Deer Hunter store, and let me see if I can find this quick. You'll have to give us a quick moment, ladies and gentlemen, while I grab what I need here. I looked on their website, and apparently they have like 3 different bundles of stuff you can buy. Um, Yeah, you get onto their website and you're met with the album itself. And let me tell you about the album. They pretty much copy and pasted like the same kind of artwork, but it was different with the name of the album and inside the Illuminati symbol. All right, let's see here. All right, view all merch. They like I said, they have them in like full different bundles of what you could buy. I think there was one that's like the Fly bundle, which is a T-shirt, a poster, and a vinyl record. Then the Monolithing bundle, the Scientist bundle, the Baz bundle, and then finally the Tower bundle. And dude, the Tower bundle for $140, you get a sweater, a poster, a vinyl album. Well, I think that's a CD also, and then a koozie, and then whatever else is in it. So if you're willing to spend a whole lot, there you go. I think I might have to give myself some merch add to my or never growing style, you know. But I don't know what it is, dude. The Wasteland. I'm just gonna be honest with you, dude. Just like with the fucking Antimai music, the music is way too cheery, dude. Especially for a very
Yeah.
depressing story. Like, what the fuck? Like what the fuck, dude? But you hear the beginning and dun, 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 you know?
All right, so it says for Wasteland, we follow the scientists who commandeered an Antimai civil transit ship in order to explore and discover what is outside Antimai and to find the holy city of Sunya, where the Indigo Child is said to reside.
Yeah.
Outside Antimai lays the Wasteland, a desolate and inhabitable climate.
Yep. I will say this, dude. Like I said, I fucking love the chorus in the Wasteland, dude. It's probably now among my top five favorite choruses. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's just like how Casey Crescenzo sings it, you know, like "Welcome to the Wasteland," and then dun 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 dun, dun, you know. All right, let me see here. Yeah, I'll start with the lyrics here. Heirs to errant sovereignty, nothing but to need, guaranteed, scavenging like common thieves, times. Oh, fuck.
Detritus.
What?
Detritus.
Detritus, laid bare for thee. Errant sovereignty, isn't that like a. If you're a sovereign citizen of nowhere and shit like that? Scavenging like common thieves? Well, it's what happens when you're in the wasteland with very limited resources. Oh, I also forgot. According to the genius.com stuff, we will include it in the description below. I think there was also something that it took place during, like, the story of Sunya took place, like, many years after the story, after the Antimai storyline, like, King something, like, maybe 80, 90 years later or some shit like that. I don't remember. Like, it's literally in the genius.com description here. I don't know if I could even. Where the fuck? Give me a moment. Alrighty. My shit's lagging horribly. Alright. Come on, you can work for me, Link, can you? Oh, yeah. This album takes place during the rule of LXXXVI 86 instead of XCV 95.
Okay.
Yeah, so what is it? What is that supposed to be like? What, 7 generations later or something? Because it's like it's supposed to be a descendant. Like you can only be in Tower if you were born in Tower or some shit like that. Like you said.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so yeah, this had to have been at least 7 generations later. So I was like, fuck, that's a long ass time, bro.
Hmm.
All right, let's go back to the lyrics here quick. Ah, what nobody told you when out on your own, who wistfully thinks of why they are sinking, never figure out to pull themselves out, and all you could do is forget about who is suffering when your means meet your ends. So wretched is the way of the wasteland. Yeah, suffering when your means meet your ends. It's like a reference to like one of the rings. It feels like. All right. It's your turn to reap from what has been wrung. Welcome to the wasteland. What's there left to win when it's all been won? Oh, find what's fruitful from the heap. Notwithstanding those who compete, cast them to the dusty ground. They knew what doom was to be found in the wasteland. It's your turn to reap from what has been wrung. Welcome to the wasteland. Nothing left to win when it's all been won. You're stuck in the race, man. Try to keep the pace or you're overrun. Oh, in the wasteland. Oh, it doesn't hurt if you know someone. If you know someone, there's nobody living in the wasteland. What are you talking about? Oh, unless of these people were so bad, they got kicked out of Antimai and they're on their own.
Yeah. I think that's the
It's
purpose of the poverty ring of Antimai.
yeah, I think yeah, it's almost like so there's this one video game that I played, which is Mass Effect Andromeda, which many say is the worst installment of the Mass Effect series. And that's there's like these people that became outlaws or guerrillas, and they were kicked out of like the main ship that they were in because they ended up traveling to another galaxy to find a new world, right? And there was these people of rogue rebels who all got banished from the ship and have to live out in other planets and such. All right, so I could certainly understand that with this story here, you know. One for one, all for nothing, and brick after brick, the house keeps crumbling down. Stone by stone, lost or abandoned. Then stolen or found, the house keeps crumbling down. It's a sullen thing, one by one, brick after brick. How it's come to be that, and stone by stone, all for nothing. We've agreed to throw away one by one, brick after brick, the best parts of the dream, stone by stone, all for nothing, that we used to dream one by one, brick after brick, when we still believed stone by stone, all for nothing. Like, well, you get what I mean with these here. Yeah,
Yeah.
when we still believed we would see no defeat from anything. Ah, COVID. We would see no defeat from anything. Will we see no defeat from anything? And then what nobody told you went out on your own, who wistfully thinks of why they are sinking, never find a way to pull themselves out. So all you can do is try to think about who is suffering when your means meet their ends. Oh, wretched is the way of the wasteland. Now you're in the wasteland, nothing left to win when it's all been won. Oh, it's a race, man. Try to keep the pace of your or you're overrun. I actually did like the ending to this song. You know,
Honestly, I'd
like
say that's my second favorite song on the album.
right, like the song starts fading away, right, and then you hear what sounds like atmospheric sound. You know,
Hmm.
I really did like that. All right, then we come to track number two, which is simply titled "Marauders."
In the wasteland are barbaric marauders who hunt and kill any outsiders and eat them. They're cruel and deadly, and anyone who dares to enter their territory rarely comes out alive. Luckily, the scientist does manage to escape and makes his way to a safe place, the Bazaareteria.
Which we will get to in the next track. But yeah, it's it, you know, the fact that the scientists had to escape from these fucking Hannibal style cannibalistic pricks, and how the song was so fast paced, it actually felt very appropriate for the song to be fast paced because you know you're running for your life kind of thing, or like, however. But I did like it. I
I thought it was a
wasn't
really cool song.
I wasn't really sure what to think about the song at first, but I did like where he does the oh, you know,
Yeah.
and it just
I want to,
it feels so fast paced, you know, like I really do like it.
yeah. Do you want me to get into the lyrics?
Yeah, go right ahead.
As soon as you're seen there kicking dust, hey, no banner to wave and no flag to trust. It's an empty man that commands his company.
Ooh, no
In
flag
deep,
to trust, huh? Gee, I wonder where I've heard
mm,
that one before.
yeah. Right. In deep desolation, no currency works like blood on the pavement, and filled with elation are those who withhold their souls from saving. Empty lungs demand your every waking breath. The pain of damnation means little to those already stuck in abasement, and high is the station for anyone willing to take out lament. Empty eyes demand your sacrificial death. Dead stacks of better angels eclipse the firmament, their bodies stacked so goddamn high, you'd think they're heaven sent. They'll defeat you, tear you into pieces for their young, who will eat you, savoring your blood upon their tongues, pleased to meet you. First, they seem like they're in such a struggle, but their confidence will conquer you.
All right, I just gotta
Ride.
quickly say something here for a moment.
Okay, yeah.
savoring your blood upon their tongues, dude. Dude, doesn't that not remind you of the Lamia song from fucking Lamb Lies Down on Broadway where they tasted his blood and they fucking dropped dead? Dude, just imagine if that happened with the scientists. They decided to drink some of his blood and the fucking Marauders all dropped dead and he's the one who's cannibalizing them. Dude, you're not.
All right.
Never mind.
All right. And it goes ride, ride, ride for empty land on the horizon. Ride, ride, ride till every bit of hope is gone. With or without you, they can plan for their survival, even though they approach deliverance daily. They're about to make a meal of another rival, even though their approach was perfectly stately. They got follow through and an emphasis on style, even though when they're done, there's messes they're making. Do what the others do and make way for miles. There's empty hands on the horizon, and every bit of hope is gone. It's the empty man who commands your company. Ride, ride, ride to empty land on the horizon. It's the empty man that commands your company. Ride, 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 and every bit of hope is gone. It's the empty man that commands your company.
Very fast-paced
And that's
song,
it.
I will say that, man. Shit. Oh, around the 2 minute mark, dude, you can hear what almost sounds like a robotic voice, right? Some reason that reminds me of the song Mr. Roboto by I think it's the Kinks or something like that?
Yeah,
So doesn't Casey Crescendo's robotic voice not remind you of Mr. Roboto?
I can hear it. Yeah.
Like Marauders. Marauders. Okay, and then we get to song number three, which probably has, I think, in my opinion, one of the biggest what the fuck openings of a song I ever heard because of the freaking
I liked it.
organ. Dude, just imagine at one of your choir practices for your church, instead you just start with this freaking organ sound here. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hmm.
How do you pronounce this word again?
The Bazaareteria.
Bazaareteria. Bazaareteria. I keep thinking it's Bazaareteria. I don't know why. Bazaareteria.
Yeah, the Bazaareteria is a marketplace and cafe, a combination of the words bazaar and cafeteria. It's a marketplace and cafeteria. Here you can trade, sell, or buy anything you need. The scientist takes refuge here before flying further out into the world to find Sunya.
But how much supplies does he get though? Did he get enough supplies though? That's my biggest question.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, every time, how is it that they even have one of them supply depots like all the way out in the middle of nowhere when it's not even survivable stuff? It's like if you run into like one of them small cities that has like their own stores or whatever in the Fallout game. And I'm gonna keep fucking referencing Fallout because, dude, I, I'm telling you, dude, I saw the countdowns that the Deer Hunter did on their Instagram. I've seen the music video, dude, and you cannot tell me that Casey Crescenzo was not inspired partly by Fallout for the overall theme of it. We even seen that short film, dude, or you had me watch that short film, which I'll include the link to that movie in the description below, too, people. And, dude, you cannot tell me there's not Fallout influence in it. That's just my honest take about it, dude.
To me, it's just post-apocalyptic kind of themed, and
Yeah,
and Fallout isn't the only post-apocalyptic story there is. Kitty, don't play with that.
yeah. I mean, that isn't a dystopian future kind of not like a apocalyptic future or anything like that.
They're kind of similar. A dystopian story is about a corrupt government, kind of. And then
Which,
post-apocalyptic means like there's like uh an end of days event, and then people come up from there.
yeah. Well, dude, if you think about it, dude, like if you played any Fallout, dude, it was kind of almost world ending kind of thing. Because I've seen the
Yeah,
openings.
this because it's yeah,
I mean, it was mostly post-apocalyptic too. I wouldn't know mostly myself, but my friend Brent, he would know, and he's a diehard Fallout guy. He just refuses to touch Fallout 76 because of all the freaking development hell that game went through. So, but yeah, I was gonna say, dude, this is probably the most relaxed, laid back song I've heard on this album. You
yeah.
know,
I thought it was a good song.
like it feels like you just feel so laid back listening to it. Or yeah, it does feel a little laid backish compared to like all the other songs on here. It feels like there's like so much going on, like in the songs. But this one here is almost like that one laid back tune you just need. And every album needs that. Like, honestly, dude, we've reviewed OK Computer by Radiohead, and I thought their song Lucky on that album was their most laid back one. And then Pink Floyd Dark Side of the Moon, I really can't say much because it felt like the whole album was all laid back, and of course it's kind of supposed to be, right? And then you got, let's see, what other albums? Yeah, those are really the only examples I could tell you. Even Antimai did not really have any laid back songs per se. So, all right. So, some reason during some of the singing that Casey Crescenzo did, it felt like he wasn't really singing. He was just talking, you know? All
I can
right.
see it.
Yep. All right. Let's get into this here. There is no chasm in between what's good or evil in an unplanned wasteland. Yeah, that is true right there. That is absolutely true. Where nothing holds its shape and brittle bonds are built to break down, down, down. It's in this phantom space where give and take dictate, the rules and handshakes mandate your words to carry weight, and if they falter, plan to break down, down, down. Supply is on the rise. You're in a post-apocalyptic future. Supplies are not on the rise. They're on the decrease. So shut up about that. What do you want or need? It's inside. Is this everything you could dream of? Find out when you buy, boo, boo. Too late. You shouldn't have waited for a want to turn to need. Blind faith. I'm sorry, dude. They just ended up doing a name drop right there. I know it's supposed to be part of the lyrics, but dude, there is a that's the name of fucking Eric Clapton's group right before Derek and the Dominoes was Blind Faith. So it felt like they fucking just did a name drop right there. Whether intentional or not, dude, it's just funny. Putting weight in the word of another can haunt you. Too late. You shouldn't have let desire turn to greed. Oh. You shouldn't have let desire turn to greed, dude. That actually does hit really hard. Desire turn to greed? Well, let's just say there is a certain person that we know of that, yeah, who's in Washington
Donald
right
Trump.
now.
Sorry. Donald Trump. Sorry.
Uh, anyway,
Cough.
there's a bridge of and all that. And then admit to yourself you can't always tell when the goodwill of others has ceased. You still have to trade, well aware of the risk, because the gears start to grind if not greased. I'm not going to comment on that. Oh, the price is on the rise. The price is on the rise. What do you want or need? Step inside, step inside. We got everything you could dream of. Come in and roll the dice. Oh, so now we're shooting craps. Okay. Too late, blind faith. It's too good to be true. Too late. You shouldn't have waited for a want to turn to need. Blind faith. Putting weight in the word of another can haunt you. Too late. You shouldn't have let desire turn to greed. Blind faith. It's too good to be true. Too good to be true. It's too good to be true. It's gravity that pulls us close, but we tend to intervene. Insanity is tethered to the dose, and we're taking much more than we need. Oh, it's gravity that pulls us close, but we tend to intervene. Insanity is tethered to the dose, and we're taking much more than we need. Well, it depends. Like, are you trying to get food? Are you trying to get just medicine? Are you trying to get something that never expires? What are you trying to get? You know? Overall, dude, like I said, this is probably not the. I don't think it's really the strongest song on here, but if it's on there, if it's there, I'll listen to it.
Yeah,
You know. Alrighty,
I like
so
every song on this album. This one was maybe like fourth or fifth favorite.
yeah. Okay, so we're gonna now get to what is right now the biggest hit from this album, and that's the Glass Giants One, or no, the Glass Desert Part One, Giants I Met. Man, that was a
All right.
mouthful of its own.
Yep, The Glass Desert One Giants is the first single from the Deer Hunters' upcoming album Sunya. The beginning of the Glass Desert Suite, this the scientist encounters giant crystal formations.
That's it.
And yeah, honestly, this is probably my favorite song on the album. It's a great song.
You know, it's the one thing about this is like it's a good song, like it's beautifully crafted, but I just don't feel that I just don't feel that big for it, honestly. You know, I still
Yeah.
feel like I said, the Wasteland's still my favorite song. You know. Okay, so before we get into the lyrics here, there was a music video that they made. It was kind of like a lyrical video, but it did feel like it was like a nice animation that they made there, dude. Um,
Yeah, it depicted the scientist and his ship
yeah,
exploring the Glass Desert.
yeah, pretty much, and it pretty much says it all right there. You know, like I don't know how the hell he didn't get any glass cuts on his feet from walking around. I mean, it is the glass desert after all, so. But like I said, this is probably without a doubt the biggest track right now so far. And as of the time of us reviewing this, it has 35,000 plays on YouTube Music, but it could be different on other stuff. I've only listened to it pretty much just on YouTube Music, so that and it's more easier because of the fact that I have YouTube Premium and there's no with my premium, I don't get interruptions in between the songs on here, so it really helps tremendously. So, all right, how about you do the lyrics here, Chief?
All right, yeah. For long, the path ahead of me seemed empty. Never-ending space could swallow you. But now we stand in this eclipse beneath these monolith things of what the ages grew. Living in the dark keeps a mind in shade, but you have to glow. Whoa. Light, lighting your way through the rough, blind enough to slight the giants. Oh,
Yeah,
won't you stay for a while? Delay for a while? Play come what may for a while? Circling stones, seeking some silver lining, afraid of a road with no map to define it. We're carving holes in the paths just behind us. We're still afraid what's waiting round the bend. Living in the dark keeps a mind in shade, but you have to glow. Whoa. Lighting your way through the rough, blind enough to slight the giants. Giving in the spark is to lay in the grave, but you have to grow. Plotting your lines in silence, high enough to topple giants.
yeah. You know, the funny thing is that when, right initially before I listened to the lyrics more closely, I thought that this suite right here for the Glass Desert was going to be where he runs into, like, giants.
Yeah, I think the term giants is referring to the giant like glass monoliths.
Yeah, that's what the official conclusion of this is that it was going to be that. But initially, before I thought it was going to be like giants just walking around that he ran into. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. That's what I thought. But the saxophone here. I feel that it was the saxophone here that stole the show on this song, honestly, you know. That's just me anyway, so
Yeah. Then we get to the Glass Desert 2, Cliffs and Stormlands.
I will say this, some reason the beginning of Cliffs and Stormlands here almost reminded me of like one of the songs that we listened to when we were reviewing Camel's album Nude. Because it's
Yeah.
so ambient. It sounds really ambient at the beginning here, you know? But it does feel like, it was kind of like laying things back a little bit and then it just starts back up again for this song, you know?
Yeah. So the second song of the Glass Desert Suite has the scientist flying over some tall cliffs and fears falling down. Upon crossing the cliffs, he is met with intense weather and storms. It takes a skilled flyer with precision to make it through, which the scientist luckily does.
Yep. I will say that. Yep. Just one quick thing, ladies and gentlemen, is that for this part right here, this song is kind of it's a the Glass House 2 is one whole song, but they have it divided into two parts, which is the cliffs and of course the Stormlands. Obviously, you know.
I wasn't a big fan of the first half of the song, Cliffs, but I did really like Stormlands.
Yeah. I
I mean, I
thought,
still
yeah.
liked it. Just I thought the second half was better.
I think this song, I think Cliffs and Stormlands, I think is probably number 4 on my favorite for this favorites for this album. You know.
Yeah.
All right, part 1, Cliffs. Pained is the math of making sense, but strained is the path that never bends. Makes me wonder if I know my limit. Sometimes we always wonder about if we know our limits. Cause oh, that's a steep fall. Dude, I don't even want to think about how really steep that fall's gonna be if you fall, dude. Fuck that. Far enough to wonder if I'd ever hit the ground at all. And then, oh my god, dude. That tune that you hear right after he sings at all, you know what I mean, dude?
Yeah.
That freaking melody, dude. Oh my god. Lofty are the sights we tend to set, but death in the horizon just ahead. Makes me wonder if I've reached my limit. And oh, that's a steep fall for long enough to wonder if I'd ever hit the ground at all. Deep is the abyss beneath me, and stormy are the skies as far as eyes can see. Oh, if I had a limit, I surely breached it. Now I'm in a free fall for long enough to wonder if I'd ever reach the ground at all. Listen for the crash and then give us a call. And then we hit part 2, Stormlands, which is really when the song really took off, you know.
Yes.
And I did like a part 2 right here. Part 1 was ambiently beautiful, but part 2 I think is really when things just really went and got going here. You got some dark clouds creeping in, heavy pressures really got you in a spin. So get up and move before real devastation digs you deeper than you've ever been. But no foresight could fashion a defense from storms that just won't wait. For you to get things straight, there's no hideaway or barricade. That's going to keep you safe. Pick it up because you're out of time. Lightning struck before you could hide. You can feel your lungs start to cook. Dude, don't even get me started on that. I was in college football and college baseball for a long time, dude, and you can really feel your lungs cook when you're out of breath, all right? Burnt so bad you don't want to look. One thing at a time, please. Maybe mercy, mercy, mercy. You're not learning a thing if you're running away. I ran so far away. Bow, bow. I'm sorry I had to do it. This video is unofficially sponsored by PBR. Subscribe if you want more PBRs, or subscribe and you'll get a free pack of PBRs. Aegis will hand deliver it to you shirtless, and wearing ponytails.
And the cans of PBR might be empty when you get them.
Yeah. There probably might be this much left in one of the cans. So, all right. Clear skies are waiting for you. That's not what lies ahead. This is the wicked tempest, and now you're in the thick of it. Dude, I don't know what the hell it was, but I really liked how Casey Crescenzo said this is the wicked tempest. Am I weird to even think that? I really liked how
No,
he said
I think it's a
wicked
cool line.
tempest. So, so if you believe in something, you better be yourself. Or wait, yeah, best that you don't resist. So if you believe in something, you better be yourself. Power can rise in panic as long as you rise from where you fell, splitting the storm clouds as you stand. You got that thin skin fracturing and a struggle that you fear you'll never win. You gotta find the grit because heavy weather really puts you in. Oh, when you slip, yeah. Pick it up because life's on the line. Lightning struck before you could hide. You can feel your mind start to melt. Dude, my mind melts every time I watch brain rot videos and YouTube poop. So don't talk to me about brain melt. Can't believe the hand you've been dealt. One thing at a time, please. Maybe mercy, mercy, mercy. You're not learning a thing if you're running away. Clear skies are waiting for you. That's not what lies ahead. This is the wicked tempest. And now you're in the thick of it. No time is left for hoping. No time to throw a fit. Oh, there is always a time to throw a fit, dude. But I don't throw a fit. I crash out. Because I'm autistic as fuck, boy. This is the wicked tempest. Best that you don't resist. So if you believe in something, it better be yourself. Power can rise in panic as long as you rise from where you fell. Dude, that is such a fucking strong quote right there. That is probably the most fucking relatable shit I have ever seen right there. Splitting the storm clouds as you stand. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, like Crash Bandicoot.
Oh,
Ladies
and
and
here's
gentlemen,
the official Roger Radio Show mascot, little baby
what are
kitty.
you talking about? My mascot's out there, but she's being a bitch right now. And
Did you
dude,
say kitty?
and hang on for a moment, I thought Bernie was the mascot.
No, kitty's the mascot.
Well, if the cat's the mascot, then my leg lamp and my lava lamp are pretty much the props. All right. We conclude this song with "You cry mercy, mercy, mercy from top of your lungs, but the storm won't clear up till the damage is done. You try the bright side, but you're coming up with none, because there's no use in counting blessings when there's war to be won." Ooh, yeah, dude. There's no use in counting the blessings unless if we're trying to beat Iran. Just imagine Casey Crescenzo put that in predicting Iran would happen. You cry mercy, mercy, mercy. There's no one near. But there, not hardly a couple miles. So you must persevere. Why did I try to say persevere? Even when the sky seems like it will never clear. Oh, dude. That is, dude, you cannot tell me that's relatable to fucking Minnesota weather. Because look at what happened, dude. This morning, dude, it was snowing when I was coming home from work, dude. And literally, now look at it outside.
It's a little sheet of snow.
A little sheet. Yeah, it's a little sheet for now. But it's probably going to be something more than just a sheet. All right?
Yep.
Okay, so now we conclude the Glass Desert sequence with probably my second most favorite song on here, The Plains. I
The
don't
third
know
and final
what.
part. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't know what it was about this. I really liked it. Casey's singing in this song. Like, I don't know what it was about this song. The song felt so incredibly optimistic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It
it says
really
here,
did.
the third and final part of the Glass Desert Suite has the scientist flying through a barren landscape, the plains, with nothing else to see but the clouds and the sky. He is left alone with his thoughts. He tries not to lose his way while wondering where he is going and where he is going, nearly going insane. But he spots something ahead of him. And that's all it says for this song.
Really. So
Yep.
he's pretty much like as he is flying to what this thing will be once we get to it. What wasn't he like alone with his thoughts, like just thinking about everything? Like, oh my god, I could be on
Yep.
the verge of finding something that could be all a hope for humanity itself. You know, like I said, dude, I really loved how the music sounded. I really loved how Casey's singing was in this song, especially with like how he sounded in his first and second verses. You know what I mean? With how he just sang.
Yeah. Just wait until we get to the acts, dude. The acts are incredible.
Well,
All
we
right.
got the
Want me to get
axe
into
ahead.
lyrics?
And as a matter of fact, it'll be 20 years since their debut album started when it comes September, which we will review as Act 1. But for now, we got a job to do here, man. We're
Yep.
watching X-Files.
All right. Mirrors lay, sights betray your eyes with something strange. Light imbues with something untrue. Horizons rearrange. You must be on the plains. Shadows cast on memories lasting echoes of your pain. The faintest views of the fragmented few, bits that your heart refrains when you're on the plains. New hues you can't explain. But now you can see how hard it would be to live through this unchanged. Stay the course because nothing is worse than when you lose your way. Where you'll go, where you are, where you were, begin to lose your shape when you're on the plains. Moments from going insane. But now you can see how hard it would be to live through this unchanged. Shadows in moonlight and whispers on the wind. No time for hindsight when you can see what's just ahead. Are you drifting away? Shadows in moonlight. On an endless path and whispers on the wind. Directionless? No time for hindsight. Does it feel like death when you can see what's just ahead? Well, no giving up. Shadows in moonlight. When you feel misled and whispers on the wind. Even if all seems lost, don't stall, move on. No time for hindsight. And keep your eyes on what's ahead, when you can see what's just ahead. Oh, what's ahead?
Now, the outro, dude, even though it's part of the story, dude, you cannot say that's relatable, especially in life itself. Like I said, dude, I just loved how this song was, dude. It was just so beautifully
Yeah.
done, dude. Like, oh, how the fuck did I not even ever hear about these guys to begin with? That's my biggest question.
They're
You know,
criminally underrated.
right? Now we conclude this album with the title track Sunya. And dude, you know what? When you when you get to the ending of the plains and then you get to Sunya, dude, that was such a beautiful transition right there. Some reason that transition there almost reminded me of when we reviewed Black Star by David Bowie and there was like the last two tracks that did transition together like
Yeah.
it did. They did it as very well crafted for this album, like they did with Black Star for the last two songs. You know, this is my third most favorite song on this album here. And then you hear, in between Casey Crescenzo singing, then you hear the backing vocalist or Casey himself, just a little further, just a little further. Oh, and dude, at the around the last 2 minutes of this song for Sunya, dude, the saxophone that came in, dude, it some reason it came in as a beautifully and it was done as beautifully as I think it was I think some reason I compared this to the saxophone that was on Black Star,
Yeah.
you know? I don't know why, but I loved I really loved how the saxophone was done on this song right here in particular. It reminded me, in addition to Black Star by David Bowie, it also reminded me of Two Suns in the Sunset by Pink Floyd, which is from their album The Final Cut. Oh, hang on a minute. What do you want?
They got chocolate.
Somebody wanted my attention. This is the official mascot right here. What are you talking about? Say hi. Say hi.
Don't ever ask Roger what happened to his third kitty.
Oh. All right, so how about you explain this song for us?
All right. The scientist reaches the holy city of Sunya. He made it. He can finally find the Indigo Child and save all who live in poverty, abuse, and low quality lives of Antimai. But he finds no one, only massive and confusing structures. He gets desperate and goes just a little further in hope to find the Indigo Child, but he never does. Was the Indigo Child ever real? Have they all been praying to a lie? After his world basically crumbles apart, he realizes he nor the Indigo Child's followers shouldn't look for answers in the form of the Indigo Child, but rather themselves.
And that's it? He didn't get in a ship and go back to Antimai, or
Doesn't say. That might be what happens in the next album. Who knows?
uh, uh, uh,
Cliffhanger?
but how long of a fucking cliffhanger is it gonna be? How many more years do you think it'll be before there's even a fucking part three?
We will see.
Fuck, bro. I do have one thought that I'm gonna say, but I'm gonna wait till after I read these lyrics. This destination's right. Your tunnel's given way to light, but still you're devastated by the sights of all that you have imagined. Just a little further, you've been waiting so long. Just a little further, you've been waiting so long. Just a little further, just a little further, just a little further, just a little. Within your reach, you'll find anticipation had designed a smokescreen denser than you'd like that keeps the truth from being fashioned. Just a little further, you've been waiting so long. Just a little further, you've been waiting so long. Just a little further, just a little further, just a little further, just a little, just a little. We have borne these. There's no deity to greet you. I said that right, right? Deity?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Sacred stories, just impressions of design. So long we're sure they're true, but this Bastion?
Yeah, Bastion.
Bastions built to blind like a maze is meant to hide. Endless questions, there's no voice with all the answers. Misdirections, least not the ones that you hope to hear. Let go the ache of doubt and watch that burn disappear. There is no guiding light. You are the thing you need to find, but still you're devastated by the heights of all you had imagined. Just a little further, you've been waiting so long. Just a little further, you've been waiting so long. Just a little further, just a little further, just a little further, just a little, just a little, just. They chose to sing your lies, but trepidation had surmised. The notes bespoke, intensified in time, that swept out every ration. I meant. Just a little further, you've been waiting so long. Just a little further, you've been waiting so long. Just a little further, just a little further, just a little further, just a little, just a little, just. We have warned these. There's no deity to greet you. Dated stories, you'll stop searching before design. So long impeding, losing shape, and out of time. Forward motion, there's still meaning meant to reach you. Listless notions, but your past has made you blind. Let go of the devout and feel divine from within you. If belief can shape a story and story shapes belief, then it's best we temper glory and prophecies. Yeah, there's nothing in a promise that we can't be set alight. And we laid too big a burn on the feet of the indigo child. Follow light tonight, you'll find on the other side she hides. Follow light tonight, you'll find on the other side she hides. Okay, so pretty much that little boy from that film was true. There's no indigo child. All humanity is doomed to die. I'm calling it right now. The indigo child's not real. Humanity is doomed. Humanity is fully fucking doomed. They are way more doomed than the motherfuckers on the Fallout series. And even the Dying Light series. Or you know what? I'll go more further than that. They're more doomer than the fuckers on Call of Duty Zombies.
Hmm.
There you go, people!
Add a Sunya.
Yeah. That concludes it, and it's to be continued. You know?
Honestly, I would give that album a good 9 out of 10. I really liked that album.
Fuck, dude. I think I would say the same too, 9 out of 10, dude. Like, that was a great masterpiece that they did.
Oh,
Casey
yeah.
Crescenzo outdid himself.
Absolutely.
Obviously, I already said what my favorite tracks were, but I'll say them again. The Wasteland's #1. #2 is The Glass House 3, The Plains, and then Sunya. I will say, Giants, I wasn't fully invested into, but it's a great song that I will probably revisit, obviously. And then,
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I can really say. I mean, what else do you say about these songs, dude? Fuck! You know?
Mm-hmm.
What about you? What are your tunes?
Let's see. I think my 1 second. I gotta pull up this track list. I think my favorite was Glass Desert One Giants. Second was The Wasteland. Next I'd say is Marauders. Then I'd say is the Bazaareteria. Then I'd say is Glass Desert 2, Cliffs and Stormlands. Then Sunya. Then The Plains. I liked them all. I liked them all. No skips on that album at all.
Yeah, there's obviously no skips for me on that if I listen to it again. But obviously, my top 3 favorite songs, I'm immediately downloading. I'm immediately fucking downloading that shit, dude. Dude, those are great tunes without a doubt, man. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't listened to the album yet, give it a listen. The link to it will be in the description below. And also, I'm gonna probably, for the sake of assuring you guys to check out the prequel to it, Antimai, I will also include the link to that album in the description as well. So give both of them a listen, let us know what you think, and I'll also include that short mini film that inspired it, or that officially launched it. Even though there was the EP, I don't know, dude. I just don't know. That's gonna do it for this video, guys, or podcast. Are you Deer Hunter fans? And if so, what are your favorite songs from Sunya if you've listened to it? And what are your favorite songs by them overall? Let us know in the comments below. And also comment what other topics you think we should do. And if you want to see more content from us, subscribe to the Roger Radio Show today. Hit the bell to be notified. And give us that thumbs up, dude, because we're just that fucking good. And while you're at it, go subscribe to the Interrobang group as well. And follow me on all my social media. The links to everything will be in the description below. You got any final thoughts?
The other day I went to get Japanese food at Fuji, and they asked what I wanted to drink. And I said, what kind of beer do you have? And they showed me their beer menu, and they had authentic Japanese imported beer. And I had one called Kirin Ichiban, and it was really good.
I have no idea what type of gibberish you just said there, but I'm sure it was good booze. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for tuning in. And as always, until next time, ta-ta for now!
Peace.